I said we broke a lot of ice. But yeah, that's not quite true.
No, that's not quite true.
That's not quite true.
I made it.
I'm gonna let
I did. Okay, so it was my first, I've been acting for about a year, maybe a little under, and it was a script that I got right before Christmas of 2002, end of 2002. Yeah, you were a year early, dude. And I took it home with me, and because I grew up without a television, but I remember, like, my dad liked Star Trek and Star Trek movies, so those are the only ones I saw growing up, and I never saw television. But, so I was like, oh, my dad's gonna like to read this maybe. He didn't read it, but I read it and I loved it. And going back to what Eddie and Mary said I just was drawn to this. I know I'm going from the kissing story, I'll get back to that.
Please do.
But, you know, I read it and my first audition back, it was January 6th, I think, of 2003. And anyway, I didn't get the job until like April, but so yes, many auditions. But the kissing scene, okay, I'll just fast forward to the kissing scene. So we got cast last.
Did we?
Yes.
News to me.
I think we got cast last. And I remember after the test, because the test took half a day or something, it was like going in, and we were the last to go in. And at this point, I had no idea which way was up, sideways, whatever. And I remember I left to Bristol Farms, and I went in and I bought old-fashioned donuts and mashed potatoes. And I sat in my car and ate old-fashioned donuts and mashed potatoes after the test. And I sat in my car and ate them, and I got the call that they liked what I did in the test. So anyway, and then I got a call later in the day that we were heading to LA, or to Vancouver the next day to film. So, so in like 2 days we were filming in Vancouver, and so we're the first day of filming, we're doing in Baltar's house when he hears the news and the spine glowing scene and
A lot of intimacy.
A lot of intimacy. And I had a particular outfit that had a lot of really fine snaps and patent leather bra and pants. And I don't know if you know, but patent leather kind of sticks and doesn't really do what you want it to do. And Ron Moore, I think I was pretty shy, very shy, and I think, not Ron Moore, sorry, Michael Reimer, wanted to, but you were there too, Ron. You're probably all worried that I wasn't going to have this commanding quality because I was sitting there like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to get fired, everybody's looking at, you know, and Michael Reimer goes, okay, she has to be a little bit animalistic. I'm like, okay, I can do that, that's fine, in my own life. And so we had to practice, like James had to practice disrobing me.
I've got to say, black plastic underwear.
It's not easy.
It's a bit of a handful.
We were getting a little bit, you know, he was getting nervous, I was getting nervous, we were both sweating, and everybody's like, you know, all this, the execs, everybody were around Video Village, and this is the first day of filming. I've barely ever been on a set before in my life, and so I finally just said, James, there's a basement, let's go downstairs. And I said, okay, let's practice this, let's practice the snaps, let's practice the clasps, let's practice this. And then I just went, let's kiss. So we were downstairs in the basement, and I just planted a kiss on him.
Do you know, it sounds really crazy, but actually it was genuinely a really good move because we were both really self-conscious. And there's a thing about like, as it were, going for each other in an animalistic way and actually feeling slightly self-conscious, or more than slightly, because you're not in a room by yourself. You're being filmed. There's loads of people around. I suppose that's part of the trick of acting. I'll get to it. Essentially, it was like a rehearsal. And then I think as well there was the realization that we really trusted each other. That you know, it's a thing about trust, and that's what I think helped us establish the relationship, because some of that stuff and being so close to somebody who you don't know, in some way, you know, I'm sure watching it and hearing about it, it's obviously a lot of fun and very exciting, but it is intimidating. And the very last thing that you want to feel on camera when you're trying to be real is to feel self-conscious. So it was a good move.